today, more such balloons landed in Israeli territory. Our correspondent Yotam Kafino is down by the Israel-Gaza border. And Yotam, update us on what has happened down in that area and beyond today.
So in the recent hours, we've heard several loud explosions coming from the Gaza Strip behind us. We don't know what caused these explosions, but we do hear a report that it's another round of incendiary balloons exploding. And IDF is yet to retaliate, but given the fact that they struck Hamas targets yesterday in retaliation for those incendiary balloons, I think it's fair to say we can expect more of those airstrikes. But I think we have to mention two things that are interesting now, two developments really. First of all, no comments from the Israeli government at all, not from the defense minister, not from the prime minister. Highly unusual for them not to comment when there is escalation on the Gaza border. And second, these incendiary balloons being used again by Hamas or other factions in the Gaza Strip to pressure Israel. Two very interesting developments here, Calev.
Right, and we have seen these balloons, an uptick in other incidents this week along the Gaza border area. Is that ceasefire that was agreed to between Israel and Hamas starting to crumble?
Well, as usual, these ceasefire agreements can crumble within minutes, really. If one rocket is fired, it can cause the whole thing to blow up. I think we have to pay attention to the fact that Hamas's leader, Ismail Haniyeh, is now touring the Middle East. He was allowed by Egypt to leave Gaza Strip for the first time in 2 years, but he was also told not to go to Iran, for example, which he did. He went to Iran and he paid condolences to the now deceased Qasem Soleimani. So he has not only angered Egypt, but now he seems to also be angering Israel with these rocket fires that Israel is holding Hamas responsible for. So whoever is behind this, I think it's fair to say that we can see the ceasefire negotiations entering another fragile state where it might crumble very, very easily. So we have to pay very close attention to the coming days, how Israel will respond, and if we're going to have another round of severe escalation here on the Gaza border.
So very briefly, Yotam, we could see some internal political jockeying in the Gaza Strip that could be behind this latest uptick.
That is true. But we have some kind of like a friction between Yahya Sinwar, who heads the military wing, and Ismail Haniyeh, who heads the political wing. And it really comes down to the fact that how to deal with Israel. Like, should they give in to some demands from Israel, or should they go ahead and like show Israel that they stick to their demands and they need all the concessions that they're asking for? So internal frictions inside Gaza and inside Hamas could definitely also throw these negotiations completely into turmoil.
All right, Yotam Kafino there down on the Israel-Gaza border. Thank you for that. And there was trouble at another hot spot